All right. Make sure I got everything going. Refresh. Little test. Little test. Okay. All right, there you go. All right, let's do this. Gonna do my little intro here. Why is this? All right. Can't get anything right. I'm gonna have to clip this. All right, just so you know, this is a closed pre-alpha build of EARTH2 version 1. Remains under active development. It does not reflect the final quality, optimization, and performance of the final product. We are just very early stages of this game. EARTH2 is using a transparent open development model where features are released and tested in real time. We are currently in Reality Thread 4, which just started crafting. Very basic crafting. We just got 6 current things that we know we can craft. I believe there's some stuff in the background that nobody's figured out yet, but 6 things we have recipes for. Bugs will be expected. That's kind of the point of the testing. We found many, already reported them. Some very interesting ones. Hopefully we don't see any of those today. We're testing across different hardware and locations. I am located in the central United States, and the servers I believe are in Europe, which means my ping should be a little bit lower than it has been. So hopefully that's better. My specs are listed below. All right, so let's get into it. So today I'm going over what we have available to craft, how to craft them, kind of the fastest way I've learned to craft them. One little trick before I even go onto the planet, I just figured this out actually just recently because I'm trying to craft all of my stuff on all of the places that I like to glide around in, some of the places I want to do some future videos for, and some places are just my favorite spots. So I want to craft everything I can at those spots just so I have them on that character. But I found today, if you go into settings here, I have a pretty decent computer, so I can run everything pretty good. However, if you go down to, of course I can't find it whenever I'm looking for it, right? It's the vegetation draw distance, this one. I'd recommend while you're doing this and foraging for stuff to put this on low, because there's a lot of stuff in the environment that you cannot use to craft. There's a lot of bushes and stuff on the ground, and the grass is sometimes tall in some places. So it makes it really hard to see the things you need to craft with. And I would highly recommend turning this down to low, and I'll show you what that looks like in the game here in a second. So, all right. So I'm going to one of my favorite spots. You guys have probably seen me here before. This is Marin, Switzerland. It's got this nice cliff. Thought it'd be a nice little spot to do this tutorial in. And hopefully the character comes up pretty quick. And here he is. Hopefully I don't get the loading error I got earlier. All right, looks like it's working. We got daylight at 7 a.m. Everything looks good. All right, so let's go over some of the stuff we have to craft. So if you hit the G button, it brings up the recipes, and you have this little object right here. You can look inside the tiles instead of looking at the trees and the bushes and stuff like that. If you look at the tile itself, it'll give you rocks, and some people have found seeds. I have found seeds on one tile out of all of my reviews so far. So, and I believe that's in Japan where I found those seeds. All right, so what can we craft? Currently we have 6 items, but some of them have 2 crafting recipes. and I'll go over which ones seem to be the easiest. So we have torches, shields, campfires, spear, which people seem to be having a lot of fun with, the glider, which is like I need the glider because that's how I get around, and the backpacks, and then again you have another backpack and spear available. As far as I know, the backpack is almost imperative to craft first because your storage space is so limited without it. It moves you from 100 parcels to 500, and you cannot make the glider. So these items are, the weight of them are, I want to say 20 a piece, maybe 40. I think they're 40. So that's going to end up being 80 plus 15 plus 10. So you cannot craft the glider without the backpack. I think you can craft the spear. I think you can craft the shield and some of the other stuff without the backpack. But I'm always going for the glider. So that's my most important thing. I found one tile with seeds in it, Vandalosin. So, all right. So what's the first thing we need to do is the backpack. And so we're looking for 10 leaves and 2 of these, this symbol right here on the object. And the most, the best, I'm hitting the wrong buttons now. That is G. Ferns are good for these, and I like to have the tiles on so that I know I'm not looting from the same tile, but ferns appear to be good for the backpack because you get a lot of leaves. Not exactly a lot of leaves, but you do get leaves, and you do get that, it looks kind of like an upside down cactus. And nothing on this one. On this tile I will loot the blackberry bush because they tend to give you more, they give you more leaves than the ferns, but the ferns are fine for the backpack. Plus these, so you need this, so I need 2 of those. See, I got 9 leaves. I'm already part of the way there. I will need this for later, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And then I'm going to keep an eye on my berries because sometimes they can get me overweight while I'm trying to get to the backpack. So discard that. I'm going to the east right now. I've kind of noticed that for me, I like going in one direction and just going straight so that if I come back to loot tiles, I'm not constantly getting hit with that, alas, you've messed up. And I think do I already have enough? That'd be crazy. So 2 tiles, that's my best to already get a backpack, I think. So let's bring up that recipe for the, all right. Bring up that recipe for the backpack so we'll select this one. And it's 10 leaves. It can be a mixture, so 9 and 1. And then we just need 2 of these. So 1 of each of these. Craft. This is by far the fastest I've crafted a backpack, which is amazing. Keep this thing rolling. All right. So to equip this, we hit H and hit this little button down. These are other inventory items we don't have yet. And then some clothing and stuff. I believe this is like armor and leggings and whatnot, helmet, which we don't have yet. And then this is the skin you can equip. But you're going to hit this backpack one and then select the backpack and equip. And then usually I'll hit G. And then if you pull up your inventory, it'll sync and it'll give you this number of 500. If it doesn't sync, usually just unclick the back inventory and click the inventory again and it'll come up. So what am I crafting next? I'm going to try to go for the glider, but I'm going to grab other things if the tile that I'm on doesn't have it. So I'm looking for 2 of these right-facing items. So I have 1 of these from the blueberries. So I need the blueberry bushes. These come from large trees, and then just more leaves. So it looks like I have 5 leaves, so I need 5 more leaves. And these Monstera bushes are basically worthless. They give you like 1 leaf. It's a very pretty leaf, but I haven't found them. They have not dumped a bunch of leaves on me, so not very helpful. All right, so I got 2 of these. So I only need 2 of those. And I got 10 leaves. I'll go ahead and grab that for now. So now all I need is the large branches which come from the big trees. So I'm going to go straight to a tree on this tile. Hopefully I get some sap as well, because we'll need that later. Any idea how to plant? No idea how to plant them. I don't know if they're available to plant. Oh, so got some leaves, that's fine. I need exactly 10, so I like having just a nice stack of 10, that's fine. Gonna go to the oak tree. I'm gonna show you another trick on the next tile that I have found while doing this. I don't even know if some of the other players have figured this out. So I got some sap, that's nice. I got a branch, awesome. This I can use for the shield, so I'm going to keep that, and more leaves. So I'm not really getting too weighted down, so I need one more of those, and I think I'm good, right? So I need that, and a bunch of leaves. So I'm almost to the hang glider. Shane, did you adjust my settings already? I've been an advocate for higher spawn rates, and I'm only like 5 tiles away, and I've already got maybe 2 of the items. All right. Dang. So I do have enough to craft a glider, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, which is crazy that I got it so quickly. I did notice, so when your inventory is up, and sometimes it'll go away after you just looted something, it'll remove your cursor. So the way to get the cursor back is just to leave and come back in, and the cursor will come right back up. So we're going to go to the glider. So I need 2 of the right facing, like the right angle, 2 of those, 2 of the left angle, which is these, and then 10 leaves, which I had a stack. It doesn't matter as long as they're this same symbol. All right, so now I have the glider. And what's next? Well, okay, I'm going to show you the little trick I learned is the looting or the searching. It matters where your person's standing. So you can loot the same object twice as long as you are in a separate tile. So if I was right here, I already looted this tree once. And if I'm here, I can loot this tree again. Which I kind of want to do because I need 2 of the long limbs for the spear. And I already have sap, which I need for the torch. And I don't think I need a second one for the campfire, but I need this. And I'll grab that and another 10 leaves just for the heck of it. Because I hate throwing things away. Everything's very precious. Shane got tired of me complaining. He upped the search success. I hope that's true. If that's true, great. If not, I'm just getting lucky. That's fine too. So there's nothing but ferns on this, which I can get some items, but I don't need them right now. So since there's only ferns on here, I do need rocks. So I'm going to go ahead and equip my search tool. I'm going to go ahead and equip this too, because I'm going to need some water here in a second. I have berries just in case, but let's go ahead and get some rocks. Nothing there. See, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad about that. Not mad. I'll be mad when it's like 10 tiles in a row I get nothing. I think I need one more big branch. Okay, that's fine. Some unsuccessfuls are expected. The problem is that tile cannot be touched for another year. So that's my problem with it. Alright, do I need these? I'll go to an even 20 so that I just have a stack of 20. That's fine. I'm looking for blueberry bushes. There are none on this tile, but there are some on the next tile. Because I will need some of those smaller branches. Alright, it's big branch, that, and I don't need any leaves, that's fine. Let me see if I can make the shield yet. So it's 4 of those, or that, or one of these and one of those. So I'll go ahead and do the shield, which is 1 large branch, and this it's roots. I believe that's what that symbol is, roots. And craft that. All right, so discard that. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that just so you guys can see what that looks like. So now I got my backpack on, I got my shield on. Probably gonna go for the spear next. I'll go ahead and loot the blueberry or blackberry. I don't know, we should have some indication that the tile. Yeah, like I said, I think if we had a tool to scan the tiles to see whether or not they've been, like you can see if in front of you have like 10 tiles or 20 tiles, if you can see if they've been scanned before, that would be very helpful. I don't think maybe automatic we should be able to do that, but there should be a way to do that. And I'm sure it's been thought of, because it is very hard. And since this tree is on that tile, but I'm standing in this tile, so I'm kind of strategic about what I attempt to get from each tile, because it's so. I'm out here in the wilderness, right? So nothing is scarce in this particular area, particularly since I'm the only one over here. But in a meetup, it's very important that you're diligent with the stuff you get. All right, let's go. I don't see anything. I don't see any blueberry bushes on this one, and the ferns are no longer helpful to me, so we're gonna go ahead and loot the tile itself. And the reason I pulled the draw distance down on the plants is it gets rid of all these unlootable objects. So these things right here are unlootable. And as you can see, they don't spawn in the distance. Only the stuff that you can actually loot spawns in the distance. And I didn't get anything from that tile. I didn't even notice it. So there again, there's nothing on this I can loot. So hopefully I'll get some rocks finally. 2 rocks. I only have 1 branch. Oh no, I got 2 branches. All right. So I think I can craft the spear now. So it's two large branches. So this one and this one. And a rock. Craft. Boom. And I'll go, oops. Get rid of that. So that is the spear. So left click to stabby stab. And I'm trying to stay on this tile so I don't lose which tile I'm on, but I want to show you you can kind of run with the spear. And that does 25 damage, the regular thrust does 10. And I believe everybody has 100 to start with health-wise. So, blueberry bush, blackberry bush. I'm going for a torch next and the campfire. I think is all I have left is the torch and the campfire, so. That's fine, I'll get just one of those. So what do I need for the torch? I need 1 small rock. I have the sap, I have 2 leaves, and I need one large branch. And then for the campfire, I need 3 total large branches. I have enough leaves. So I need 5 big rocks, 2 little rocks. So we're gonna go mostly for just rocks, which is this thing. I might just keep going up the hill, just so that I know when I'm in this area, if I go east of my Mentar, I've already looted everything. And then I just go to the next row. Oh. I forgot I didn't drink anything, so. Hopefully I'll remember which one this was. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I should equip my glider. And I got my drink on. Yeah, I don't want to be. We should get some sort of scanner for that, I think. So again, I'm going straight up there. And the glider is now just the left click button. I think I did this one. I think I did this one. I'm gonna go to this one. I may have not done that tile next door, but it's fine. So I need a total of 5 big rocks and 2 little rocks. 3, 1. So I have 5, 1. I need 1 more small rock. Thank you to the RNG gods for that pull. That was nice. One more little rock. It won't get me up on this one. Oh, no. All right. All right. So now it is this one. So torch. Oh no, I need a branch for this. Okay. I don't know if I need. I think I have. So I need. Okay, so I need 3 large branches. That's what I need left. So hopefully, I'm just gonna keep going this way, even though it's uphill. Just so I know my line. So I'm gonna get out of line for this guy, but that's fine. Take a nice little view. Take in the view a little bit while I'm looking around the tree. 1, so I need 2 more of those. And I think that's it. And if I get it all in one line, that'd be nice. Oh, my inventory's stuck for a second. All right, just make sure I'm in line with my mentor. There you go. I'm gonna do this tree on the right and then come back. Start coming back. Now I'm gonna go down this row. I just think it'll make it easier for myself later if I know what I've already looted. Go ahead and check this. The beech tree, I think it may have small sticks and leaves. I think that's all I can get out of the beech tree. But we will see. Leaves. I will leave those there. Although they are disappearing forever. Bye, leaves. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? Is this on the same tile? I believe that's on the same tile. I'm looking for just a couple more. I think I need a total of 3 large branches. I think the most they can drop is 2. How long have I been going? Nothing. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave that one on that tile since this one's on this tile. 25 minutes. So if I can do this in under 30 minutes, I think I've gotten that's about current. So 1, 2, I need 1 more of those. I'll go ahead and keep those. I like a little sap. And my inventory's not too full. And then we'll go over some of what you can do with the current objects. What are you doing? Give me the thing. As you can see in the distance, those are the lootable objects. I'll leave my inventory up so I can kind of point them out. But see this over here? These are the like lootable stuff on the ground, and it gets rid of all this shrubbery. I think it also gets rid of the ferns, which you can loot, but they're not very great for looting, so I think that's fine. Like I can see there's a berry bush right there that I wouldn't have been able to see through all this stuff. Like look, this berry bush right here. I wouldn't have been able to see that. I would have totally lost that in the field. All right, well, I think, do I have everything? Let's make a torch. 1 little rock. And then the sap, 2 leaves. Use these. And 1 branch. So let's get rid of, I don't think I need this anymore, so. There's the torch. All right, did I have enough for the campfire already? Yeah, this was decent for me for the crafting, I think. I may not even need to edit this one. I was gonna edit it down, but I might not need to. 2, 10, 5 big rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 little rock. Craft. So that is the campfire. All right, so that's everything. That's amazing. All right, I'm gonna go back to my Mentor. Oh, that was interesting. I had the torch still out. Gonna get some water since I'm running low. I don't believe I had any berries left. Pretty little view while I drink. Kind of go into the river here and see what all I've gotten. All right. So the first thing we did was the backpack. So that gives you 500 spaces, and I'm about half full after crafting everything else. The next thing I crafted was the shield, I think, I went for the glider. Usually I go for the shield first, but I went for the glider, which the glider's a little bit different than it used to be. Instead of hitting F to pull it out, it's the left click button. And also you can't look back. You used to be able to look over your shoulder while you were gliding, and for some reason they made it so it's always following your cursor. So I can't really look back or my character turns around, which is a little odd. I'd like them to put that back the way it was, but I don't know if that was a decision made or just like a function of however they built the one that we're currently using. All right, so, and then this is the shield. So I can cover myself up since I'm all naked right now. It's also got a function of blocking, which is so you equip it and then you hit F blocks, and it's not like most games where I think it requires you to time it perfectly. I think you can just hold it down and it blocks for now. Anyways, that's the way the mechanic works against the spear. And unless I have knocked somebody over so I think there is kind of a riposte to it if you time it right. I'm not sure if that's a mechanic they built into it, but you do kind of, if somebody hits you with a spear or runs at you with a spear and you block it just right, they end up on the ground and then you can switch to your spear real quick, give them a little stabby. So yeah, like I said before, left click is the stab, and then if you run, and right click on the mouse, it's a charged stab and that does more damage. And as you can see, my stamina is going down quite quickly as well. So it does get rid of your stamina, and you can't run until you're all the way down. But gonna grab some water, and then I like to hit the crouch button while I'm drinking because it takes care of two things at once. Get your stamina back real quick and let you drink. All right, so the torch is interesting with the wave function. So if I'm waving, well, I guess it's not the torch that does it, but you can wave with the torch. Everybody else can see you waving the torch except for yourself. So if you're in a group of people, you see everybody else waving the torch, but with the spear, and they're probably going to fix this, but it's still kind of funny. You get this fun little motion, and I think it does it with it's so nice little emotes. Yeah, it all looks like you have a spear in your hand, and then this is the finger hearts. I don't know what he's doing over there. So just some fun stuff. I don't know, I don't know if you can do emotes with, okay, it just gets rid of it. That's fine. All right, so that's, oh, the other thing about the torch is that when you can run faster. So let me see without it. Okay, it doesn't look like you run faster, but I swear to God you run faster. Maybe it just feels like it because you got the fire streak. Maybe it just feels like you run faster. Somebody also said that if you run out of like water and you're normally doing that drunken walk, if you have your torch equipped, it'll make you walk kind of at a normal pace. And something I noticed with the glider, I can't really do it here, but if you're swimming, oh, maybe I can get swimming? If you spam the glider, it does make you swim faster. This is too shallow to really show that, but you can click on the glider and it'll make you swim faster. I don't know why it works or how it works or even if it's supposed to work that way, but it does. And the last thing I have, which I don't want to waste, but I will waste it just for this, since this is a tutorial, is the campfire. Mostly because I want to discuss. So it does green where it can be placed, and red where it's not. And I think the red is because the tile is not even, or the spot where it's trying to place it isn't even. But that does not look even. As you can see, it's green. And currently it does not show, so this is one of Grandrod's tiles, and it currently does not show up as an option to place on other people's tiles, because it should show that little green symbol. I'll try to click the button. Yeah, you can't place a campfire here, but I can place it elsewhere. And I think that's because they haven't set up the thing where basically, so let me grab some water. The campfire, if I use it on somebody else's tile, it gives them some essence, and it's based on whatever they set that at. It's essence or ether, I can't remember which. And it's whatever they set it up to be, and it lasts longer. So the campfire currently you save for, I believe it's 24 hours. But as you can see, I can also, it doesn't look like I can place it on my own tile. Well, that one's all wonky. Okay, so I can place it on my own tile. So the only place you cannot place it currently is on other people's tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and test it so I can show you something, another adjustment that I would like them to change. This is a nice little spot for a campfire, don't you think? Nice little spot. All right. All right, so that's the campfire. It is supposed to, I believe, give people health that are around it. I believe you're also supposed to be able to let other people spawn or save to it. which would be helpful. But currently the only function is a single save, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. So I can save my character. And see, this has the essence fee. You know, there's no essence fee since it's an unknown tile. Gives that fun little symbol. And unlike, so I can't spawn in the way you normally can with the mentars, but it'll spawn you in with your character. And you can see I didn't notice that before, but it said instead of the mentar symbol, it had a campfire symbol. That's where you were saved. And yeah, it spawned me in the water, and I don't know. I don't know if that, I have noticed. Oh no, my mentors again. Hopefully. Okay, they're over there. Okay. I was on the wrong. It spawned me all the way on the other side of the stream. It might have been because there was water there on the tile that I was on. But all right, that is all of the things. Took me like 30 minutes, 36 minutes. All right, so I think that's all I have for today. I just wanted to do a quick little tutorial of the current things we are available to craft. My kind of strategy, like I said, is to go like straight in one line. A lot of people are doing like a circle around their mentar, and I think you lose track really quickly in that way. So I kind of like doing the straight line thing. So if I leave this mentar, I know all of these tiles are looted in a straight line. And then I can either do this line, or I can either go north, like instead of going east, I can go north or south. And then I'll have like a big X basically. And then I can do chunks, but I think it's a good idea to kind of know where you've looted instead of just running like a lot of the meetups we've been doing. People just like run around and loot every tile, and you're just gonna end up frustrating anybody you want to ever invite to that place. So, all right, well, I appreciate you joining me, both Mandalosian and To the Moon. Looks like you had a little conversation while I was finishing up there, so I will check that out after the stream. So I'm probably going to cut this so that I can make this into one nice little YouTube that I don't even have to edit it that much. So I think we did pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. All right. Peace out, guys.